Get the fuck over here and take this ass whooping like a man. My father yells, staggering all over the place. He's waving around his finger like a manager is overly invested in his job, blindly believing that the company is going to reinvest into him. I'm fucking 12. I yell back, hoping that it'll click somewhere in his brain. Who the fuck are you talking to like that? You, I mouthed back. Say something, goddammit. He roars as a wave of goodness smacks my nostrils and goes straight to my liver. For some reason, I feel like I catch a contact, so I start staggering all over the place and waving my finger around just like him. Something. Shit. That came out way more sarcastic and aggressive than I wanted it to. He hovers his hand over his revolver, which is in his brown leather holster. He wiggles fingers like he's in some sort of Midwestern movie and laughs while taking out his gun. Which is totally not creepy at all and not the reason why I'm pissing my pants right now. He empties out some bullets onto our gray carpet. You ever play Russian roulette? He asks, spinning around the chamber and knocking it back into place. I answered no in my head because, who the fuck asked a 12-year-old if they have ever played Russian roulette before? I try to vocalize myself, but the words are all jumbled up in my head and nothing conclusive can come out. Also, I feel this little knot thingy in the middle of my throat, so I swallow hard, but that doesn't help, and now I just look like a drunk 47-year-old who's about to yak. Here, let me show you something. It's really fun once you get the hang of it, he says way too casually, moving his left hand in the air. He pats my head a few times once he finds me and forces my head onto the muzzle of the revolver. This is my world, and y'all just swimming in it. I tell the sharks when it's time to go to bed. This is not how I imagined my life ending. I always thought that I would live a long life, have a wife and kids and stuff. You know, live the American dream with the white picket fence. And I would do shit for my kids that my parents never did for me, like love them unconditionally or some shit like that. Show them how to live a good life and be a productive member to society, and then die of old age on a boat somewhere in Spain. He puts his finger on the trigger and wobbles the gun a bit before pulling it. Click. Thank you, God. He says, sounding slightly disappointed. He rotates the chamber again and puts the gun to his own head. Dad, what the fuck are you doing? I yell like he didn't just try to kill me 5 seconds ago. He pulls the trigger without thinking twice. Click. He opens his eyes slightly irritated and disappointed, almost as if he's ready to die. My mom stumbles out of the bathroom in an all-white robe. She has on a pink fuzzy slipper on her left foot, yelling, "What the fuck are y'all fussing about out here? I'm trying to get my groove on, but y'all are fucking up my high." I don't know why, but the first thing that comes to mind is that she looks beautiful for a junkie. Her blonde hair is tucked right behind her ears and her white skin is flawless, and a part of me just wants to hug her. Shirley, why don't you just keep your mouth shut and go fill your nose up with that shit, huh? My father yells, debating whether he wants to play this game as a family. Charlie, now what in the hell are you doing with that pistol in your hand? You know I don't like that thing around me. I look up at her because that's my name, me. I know it's kind of fucked up, but when you have 2 alcoholic drug addicts for parents, that's what you get as a name. They sat me down one day and they were like, "Honey, we have something to tell you." And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm adopted. Yes, my real parents are out there investing in real estate and saving little African babies from lack of resources and leading food drives for the homeless. Yeah, that's it. They were just way too busy saving the world to raise a child." I get it. It's okay. We could talk about it over steak and a glass of wine. I'm somewhat of a drinker these days. "We want to tell you why we named you me," my mother says. "No." That's my hopes and dreams crashing and burning into the ground. And instead of me walking like a boss with the explosion going off behind me, I just lay there and enjoy the feeling of my body burning. "We named you me because when I look into your eyes, I see a piece of myself," my mother says, gently placing both of her hands over her heart. "And I see a piece of myself," my father adds with this drunk smile on his face. He tilts forward a bit and then quickly rocks backwards. "And we want you to know that we are all connected. So if you ever feel alone in this world, you could always look in the mirror and know that your father and I are right there with you. You see what I mean? That's some drunk high people shit right there. Because people are always so deep after they smoke a blunt and have a shot of Jameson. I can only imagine what that conversation was like, but I don't want to, so I don't. Your turn. My dad says, handing me the revolver on a silver platter. You would have thought that we were at the Capitol Grill the way he had the gun resting on his open palm like a waiter. Charlie, Jesus Christ, will you put that goddamn gun down? My mom yells in an angry whisper, speeding up her words as she hollers. Take the gun, me. Come on. Be a strong man, just like your father. I regretfully grab the gun, and I know what you guys might be thinking. What the hell am I doing? But if I don't do it, he will. And I'd rather put my fate in my own hands. Me, what the hell are you doing? My mom yells, stumbling towards us. My dad quickly stops her with his white cane, and she drops to the ground and hopelessly looks up at me. In situations like this, I wish there was a button we could push that shuts our emotion down and helps us think rationally. That would be nice right about now. Out of nowhere, I feel this bottomless pit in my stomach and a series of rumbles at the same time. That's when I think to myself that if I make the slightest wrong movement, I am going to yak right through this apartment floor and into the main lobby. Maybe I am drunk. Soon after that, a wave of uncertainty comes over me like the slime from Nickelodeon, all gooey and orange and nasty. My mom's yelling a whole bunch of words at me, but she sounds so far away. It's like she's yelling through an empty paper towel roll and someone's covering the other end. Everything else is so loud around me though. The cars, the buses, the birds, the people, the music, my neighbor's keys jingling. Hey, don't you hear all this ruckus going on in here? I telepathically ask him. Yeah, but that's like every day, he telepathically responds. Touche. My mom is still yelling a whole bunch of words at me that I can't understand, and my dad's just standing there, consoling her, like they found my body in a ditch after a 2-year search. I look around the room and lock eyes with my mom for the last time. Or who knows, maybe this isn't the last time. Maybe there'll be no bullet. I guess that's the fun in the game. I put the revolver to the side of my head, wobbling the gun the whole way up there. The muzzle is freezing, and I feel a quick chill go down my spine. That's when it finally occurs to me that I'm really going to die. And then I pull the trigger.